And they made the deals. I mean, they respect us, but they pay us, as an example, Japan, $650 billion, South Korea, $350 billion, European Union, $950 billion, and they are building plants now in the United States because they don't want to pay tariffs. So this is one of the biggest things economically that's never happened. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. And over the next couple of years, I think we'll substantially be cutting, and maybe cutting out completely, but we'll be cutting income tax.
In a surprising and highly controversial economic proposal, US President Donald Trump has suggested that the United States could almost completely eliminate income tax in the coming years, funded entirely through revenue generated from tariffs. The comments came during a video call with American military personnel, adding fuel to the ongoing debate on how tariffs are reshaping US economic policy. President Trump told service members that the administration is now collecting such large sums from import taxes that income tax cuts, or even near elimination, could be possible. He said, "Over the next couple of years, I think we'll be substantially cutting, and maybe cutting out completely, income tax, because the money we're taking in is going to be so large." At this stage, Trump has not released any detailed roadmap on how such a sweeping tax overhaul would work. There is no formal legislative framework, no fiscal projections, and no official cost-benefit analysis from the administration or the US Treasury. But the statement aligns with earlier claims Trump made throughout the year. Back in April, he argued that widespread tariffs on foreign goods could dramatically reduce income tax bills for Americans earning under $200,000 a year. According to him, tariff-generated funds would lift government revenue to the point where income tax could be significantly lowered. Since returning to office, the Trump administration has imposed some of the most aggressive import taxes in modern US history, ranging from 10% to 50% on most goods, depending on their country of origin. Trump says these tariffs protect American industries and bring in billions of dollars that would otherwise go overseas. Critics, however, argue that tariffs behave like hidden taxes on consumers because higher import costs are often passed down to buyers. Economists also warn that the revenue from tariffs may not be enough to replace income tax, which remains the federal government's single largest revenue source. Trump has also been pitching what he calls a tariff dividend, a direct payout of at least $2,000 per person, excluding high-income earners. Earlier this month, he doubled down on that plan, saying Americans would start receiving dividend payments once tariff collections stabilize at higher levels. He framed the proposal as a way to share the benefits of his trade policy with everyday citizens. He wrote that the US is now the richest and most respected country in the world, attributing it to tariff revenue, a strong stock market, and increased investment from manufacturing companies. However, the tariff system itself is under legal scrutiny. During arguments at the US Supreme Court earlier in November, several justices expressed doubts about the legality of certain tariffs applied under Trump's program. If struck down, the government could be forced to refund more than $100 billion in tariff payments, a scenario that would severely undermine Trump's tax cut vision. Economists point out that if tariffs were overturned or reduced, the administration would face a major shortfall in revenue, making it nearly impossible to replace income tax without dramatic spending cuts. For now, the proposal to eliminate income tax remains aspirational. Without legislation, bipartisan support, or a detailed fiscal plan, Trump's comments represent more of a political message than an imminent policy shift. Still, the idea has generated strong reactions, from excitement among supporters to skepticism from financial experts. As discussions continue in Washington, the central question remains: can tariffs truly replace income tax, or is this an overpromise with enormous economic risks? For now, the debate continues, and Americans will be watching closely to see whether Trump's bold claim becomes policy or remains political rhetoric.